first one. No, repeat it. It's short.
Honeysuckle with repeats.
With repeats. Okay.
Yeah.
Please rise.
Why didn't it jump?
Chancellor Cummings, the students have now assembled for the 2019 spring commencement exercises for the graduate school.
Thank you, Dr. Freeman. Good evening, graduates. Good evening, graduates. All right, and special guest. Before we continue with tonight's commencement exercises, I ask that you join me in a moment of silence in memory and recognition of those lost and injured this week, at the tragic shooting on the campus of UNC Pembroke. Please remove your hats. Join me in a moment of silence. Our entire university system grieves with our sister institution, and tonight we offer our support and condolences to the families and friends of those impacted and the entire UNC Charlotte 49er community. Now please remain standing for the invocation by Reverend Aaron.
Please join me in prayer. God of life, God of love, and God of wisdom, we gather this evening in celebration and in gratitude. We give thanks for these graduates and the persistence, the creativity, the sacrifice, and the determination that have brought them to this moment, graduation. We celebrate who they are and what they have accomplished. We thank you for the gifts of growth, of discovery, of opportunity, and of possibility that they have found on this journey. And we also give thanks for those who have walked with and supported them, the professors and administrators, the parents and spouses and siblings and children and friends, and so many others who have been cheerleaders in their lives. Guide and challenge these graduates as they close this chapter and step into a new one. Give them the courage and the wisdom to use their knowledge to make their communities a better place. Empower them to seek justice and goodness, and grant them the humility to continue learning and growing, even after the diploma is hung on the wall. Bless these graduates, these families, this school, and this celebration as we share this joy together. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Collier of the First Baptist Church of Lumberton. Please remain standing and join in singing the national anthem performed by Kia J. Dunn.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Kia. Please take your seats. Graduates and honored guests, I am pleased to welcome you this evening to the Spring 2019 Commencement Ceremony of the University of North Carolina at Pembroke's Graduate School. Graduates, this is your night, this is your day, and we gather to celebrate and recognize this milestone in your life. Including tomorrow morning's commencement ceremony, UNC Pembroke is changing the lives of over 725 graduates this week, added to those in December, over 1,200 graduates for the year. Many representatives from throughout the university community, including faculty and staff members, trustees of the university, and special guests, are here tonight to witness your commencement, to celebrate your accomplishment, and to offer you a little advice for your future. I would like to recognize members of the platform party who are here to support your achievement, but will not be speaking in this evening's ceremony. I will ask each to please stand and remain standing and be recognized as their names are called. I would ask that you hold your applause until all have been introduced. Senior administrators of the university, Dr. Jeff Frederick, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Barry O'Brien, Dean of the School of Business, Dr. Angela McDonald, Interim Dean of the College of Health Sciences, Dr. Alfred Bryant, Dean of the School of Education, Dr. Mark Milowitz, Dean of the Esther G. Maynor Honors College, Dr. Dennis Swanson, Dean of Library Services, Dr. Beth Holder, Dean of the University College, Ms. Charlotte Schmidt, Graduation Manager, Ms. Christina Reeves, Registrar, Mr. Dick Christie, Director of Athletics, Ms. Jody Phelps, Chief Communications and Marketing Officer, Mr. Joshua Malcolm, General Counsel, Mr. Mark Gogol, Chief of Staff, Dr. Brian Robinson, Vice Chancellor for Advancement, Dr. Lisa Schaefer, Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs. From the University of North Carolina at Pembroke's Board of Trustees, Mr. Omar Therese, Ms. Allison Harrington, Mr. Bob Caton, Mr. Larry Stone. Please join me now in applauding these leaders. Thank you. You may be seated. We are joined this evening by many of our faculty, and they too are here to celebrate and applaud you on your commencement. It is because of their hard work and dedication to this university and to you that you are graduating. I now ask all faculty here tonight to rise to be recognized. Graduates, please join me in applauding your faculty. Faculty, please rise. Thank you. You may be seated. I would also like to make a personal recognition. I want to thank my wife, Rebecca. Rebecca, I could not do this without you. You are my best friend, my center, my foundation, and this university is blessed and fortunate to have you as the First Lady. Rebecca, will you please stand? It is our tradition to put the flags of our international graduates' home countries on the stage. We are proud to include flags from Senegal and Tanzania. Graduates, there are several people who wish to acknowledge your commencement and bring you greetings on this very important night. I now invite Dr. Mohammed Ashraf, Chair of the Faculty Senate, Ms. April Whittemore-Locklear, Chair of the Staff Council, and Mr. Richard Kerr, President of the Graduate Student Organization, to bring greetings.
Good evening. On behalf of the Faculty Senate, I would like to congratulate you on your graduation. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and apologize ahead of time. This one's going to be a doozy, okay? It's not as short. Juet, Skobrure Jutnike. On behalf of the UNCP Staff Council, I extend greetings to the graduates, their family, friends, university staff, faculty, administration, and President Jefferson Keel and Chancellor Cummings. Graduates, the energy and money you invested here at UNCP honors the 7 generations before you that were not able or allowed to attend a university. You are a mentor for the next 7 generations, your children, my children, their children, and those yet to be born. Continue to be vulnerable, for that is a place where you will find your courage. Initiate the tough conversations. Let me say it again. Initiate the tough conversations, for that is the place you will create change. You will stand for a culture of unwavering reciprocity, uncovering the narrow definitions of identity, social justice, and global education. And for this, I say thank you. Congratulations.
Hello. So I'm not that special. I'm a student, just like you, but I happen to be the president of the GSO, and so they asked me to talk to you guys, and I'm going to take Dr. Ashraf's time and my time. So here it is. Here's some unsolicited advice from a veteran. Years ago in Afghanistan, with a particular hard time, a friend of mine said to me, "Everybody wants to be special, but most don't especially care for all the work that it takes to get there." That had me thinking about the cumulative nature of success. Marcus Aurelius wrote about the subject over 2,000 years ago. In his seminal work, Meditations, he tells us, at dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, we all have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to work as a human being. What do I have to complain about if I'm going to do what I was born to do, the things that I was brought into the world to do? Or is this what I was created to huddle under the blankets and stay warm? That's rhetorical, don't answer. Marcus Aurelius was clearly a morning person, but most of us, it's a real struggle to get up in the morning and find meaning in the daily routine as well. So I ask you, isn't it interesting that the most powerful person in this world who could just as well stay in bed all day made the conscious decision to seek discomfort for the sake of fulfilling their purpose? And I mean the everyday, common purpose, with not the capital P purpose. I'm talking about the everyday grains of sand that make up the beach-like expanse that is your life. I propose to you, my friends, that it's these daily repetitions and habits, and not just in the grand gestures, that we amount to a life of great meaning or otherwise about to a terrible waste of the greatest gift in nature, which is to have a conscious, self-aware existence. Start a successful day with the sound performance of the mundane. One thing I have learned is that life is short, so I challenge you to do this. Take bold initiative every day and in every instance to make it all count. Connect with others meaningfully to add the exceptional value to your life experience, and aggressively pursue the things that you love, that which you're passionate about. Make no excuses and never apologize for taking the initiative. Don't waste your life with half measures and lukewarm attempts. I assure you those will not pay you the dividends you may come to expect. Give to others. Do these things, and when time comes, you will look back with pride, no matter whatever the outcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Mitu, April, and Richard. Mitu, 23 words. I think that's a world record that will stand. We are honored to have a member of the University of North Carolina Board of Governors with us tonight. I now invite Mrs. Pearl Burris Floyd, who will bring greetings from the Board of Governors and from the UNC System Office.
Thank you, Chancellor Cummings. And good evening, graduates. On behalf of the Board of Governors of the University of North Carolina and Interim President William Roper, it is my sincere pleasure to bring greetings to tonight's graduates and their families. To distinguished faculty, staff, alumni, trustees of UNC Pembroke, and to Chancellor Cummings, Chairman Metzger, and esteemed members of the Platform Party. And most importantly, to those we honor today, dedicated scholars who have reached this important milestone in their academic journey. Today, we celebrate your success as you earn your graduate degree from UNC Pembroke. Each of you has reached this moment through hard work and determination. And as you turn the page on yet another significant life chapter, you now take an equally important step toward making an impact in your communities throughout southeastern North Carolina and beyond. We are all called to lead, to give something back, and to leave the world a better place for those who come behind us. I am convinced that after today's visit and seeing what type of university will be conferring your degree, that is indeed truth. As graduates of UNCP, you each have been called to lead by example and make a positive difference. And I know this university has prepared you, and it has prepared you extremely well, providing you with the skills and knowledge to thrive in your chosen fields. Our world needs you, and I know you are up to the challenge. Remember, this is just the beginning. I can't wait to see what lies ahead for each of you. It's a privilege to be here on your important day. One thing that I want you to treasure is this experience that you've had at this university. Please accept my hearty congratulations on a job well done. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor Barris-Floyd. We are especially proud and honored to have our speaker tonight, and I now invite Dr. Connor Sandifer, Assistant Professor of Biology and a citizen of the Chickasaw Nation, to introduce tonight's commencement speaker.
Chakma. Hello, I am Connor Sandifer, and as the Chancellor just mentioned, I am an Assistant Professor of Biology and a proud citizen of the Chickasaw Nation. I have the great honor tonight of introducing our commencement speaker, the Lieutenant Governor of the Chickasaw Nation, Mr. Jefferson Keel. Together with our governor, Governor Bill Anatubby, Lieutenant Governor Keel has ushered in a time of great progress for our nation, which has over 60,000 citizens in my home state of Oklahoma, across the United States, and throughout the world. Lieutenant Governor Keel was first elected to his post in 1999. Back then, we knew Beyonce as just another member of Destiny's Child. So you can imagine how much the world has changed in that period of time. And yet his leadership has innovated, evolved, and endured. During his 5 terms in office, my people have expanded our services in education, healthcare, housing, and other areas. Now, throughout that time, our people have battled many of the same issues we battle here in Robeson County: poverty, drug abuse, diabetes, and a changing global environment. Though in Oklahoma, we have earthquakes and tornadoes instead of hurricanes, and I'm not sure which is better. But through it all, Lieutenant Governor Keel and our nation's leadership has led us to prosperity by focusing on 3 things: exercising our sovereignty, improving healthcare, and ensuring that every citizen has access to a quality education. As you've hopefully experienced during your time here at UNCP, nothing will change your life, the lives of your family, or the quality of life in your community like education. Yes, Lieutenant Governor Keel serves as president of the National Congress of American Indians. He is a decorated Vietnam War veteran and member of our Chickasaw Warrior Society. He holds numerous degrees and has many accomplishments, as you can read in your program. But it is his commitment to education that has brought him to this stage to speak with you today. His unyielding belief in the power of education as a tool for uplifting communities is an inspiration to us all, and makes me proud to call him my Lieutenant Governor. Graduates and guests, please join me in welcoming Lieutenant Governor Jefferson Keel.
Chikma. Thank you and good evening. Chancellor Cummings, parents, distinguished guests, faculty, and the 2019 graduating class of the University of North Carolina, Pembroke, graduate students. Good evening. Before I start, I want to recognize also my wife, Carol. As Chancellor Cummings said about his wife, she's his best friend. Well, Carol is my best friend, and I can tell you that over the past 44 years, there's been times when she was the only friend that we had. But she's here and always been my biggest supporter, and I appreciate that. Thank you. Well, thank you for this great honor and the privilege of being invited here to this beautiful campus of this historic university to deliver your commencement address. And thank you to the Lumbee tribe, the royalty that brought us in for that beautiful and appropriate ceremony. As I observe these solemn and touching cultural demonstrations, I'm reminded of my own cultural upbringing. This public exhibition of our shared heritage, the firm belief that our forefathers shared in wanting a better life for future generations, and how much our culture values education and what you've accomplished here today. The very reason that this great university was founded over 130 years ago, and today is one of the finest institutions of higher learning in the country. This university and the gateway to opportunity that it represents for Native people, as well as others, not only to succeed, but to make the world a better place, is indeed what makes all of us proud. I'm a first-generation college graduate. Early in my life, I did not see myself going to college, even though my father often told me that if I wanted to succeed, I needed an education. I recall being in high school student. I was a high school student eager to graduate and get on with life. And I know that there were teachers that were eager for me to graduate and get on with life. I joined the military when I was 16 years old. I heard the call of distant lands and I answered it. I wanted to see the lands and cultures that I'd read about in geography books. With the help of the United States Army, their travel policies, and with a 3-year stop in Vietnam, and with the grace of God, I was able to see many other foreign lands and return safely. I was serving in the United States Army when I realized that in order for me to achieve at a higher level and truly reach my true calling, I needed a college education. So I left active duty and graduated from Murray State College in Tishomingo, Oklahoma. We call that MIT. But I graduated with an associate degree, and then I'm on to East Central University, graduated with a bachelor's degree, and I returned to active duty in the military as a second lieutenant. Prior to retiring from active duty and realizing that there was not really a market for airborne rangers out there in the labor market, I attended Troy State University, where I received a Master of Science degree. And that truly did change my life. Nelson Mandela once said, and I quote, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." He went on to say, "Education is the key to eliminating gender inequality, to reducing poverty, to create a sustainable planet, to preventing needless deaths and illness, and to fostering peace," end quote. To the parents and families, thank you for your commitment to the success of your child or your loved one. I know that this is a proud day for you. In fact, that's the only reason you're here, is to hear your child or loved one's name called. And I appreciate that. I know that like some of these graduates, some of you wondered if your prayers would ever be answered and today would get here. But it is here. It's here because of your loved one's hard work, perseverance, and because of the prayers and encouragement that you've offered your child or your loved one not to mention the monetary and other type of support that you provided over the course of this journey. Some of you parents or spouses may not be college graduates for whatever reason, but you recognize that in today's world, you wanted something better for that person, which led to today. Some of these students would not be here if not for your support and encouragement. Because you cared, you've altered the course of yours and their life forever. So you should be proud of their accomplishments and of yourself, because you've contributed greatly to that success. To the faculty, thank you for doing what you do. It takes a special commitment to become and remain an educator, especially in today's world. Like you, I believe that education is indeed the key that unlocks the door that leads us out of poverty and despair. It leads to opportunity that allows us to thrive. Faculty, you've played a tremendous role in the development and accomplishments of those who are graduating today. Booker T. Washington once said, "If you want to lift up yourself, lift up someone else." By preparing, equipping, and mentoring these young people here today, and by giving them the tools for success, you've certainly done that. Your work is not only important to the university, but it's vital to the future of America, and I thank you for remaining true to your profession. Graduates, congratulations. Today is your day. You've made it. You've done it. Give yourself a hand. This ceremony represents a tremendous milestone in your life. I know that it wasn't always easy, but you were determined. You set a goal, you persevered, you found inspiration somewhere, and you made it. You have arrived. If you pause and look back on over your journey, many memories will be stirred. The long lines at registration, the uncertainty of whether or not you should even be in grad school. Was it the right decision? What about my friends who've moved on? Who am I going to hang with now? And the long, grueling hours of research and studying for those exams, endless research, I know. And what about the friends that you've made? People that you've forged a bond with that will last a lifetime. Friends that you'll be forever linked to. Some of you met your soulmate here. I met my wife, Carol, while we were attending college. And in fact, if it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't have passed college math. But that's a different story. The point is, all of us need help and encouragement at some time, at some point. And we find it, and we move on. You've had experiences here that you will remember for a lifetime. Some you will cherish, and some maybe not so joyous. But you are here today. You are here. You've made it. For the past few years, you've packed your brain with complicated formulas, scientific models, research, and other information necessary to prepare you to compete in a changing world. You've been continually referred to as the hope and future of America, and that's true. Today, you are genuinely prepared to make your mark on the world. Today, you officially enter the afterlife, or life after UNCP. In a few moments, all of you are going to exit this stage with a master's degree, and that's something to be proud of. So what does that mean? What's next? Up until now, you've been judged by your academic acumen and your ability to absorb complex design and other types of data. Tomorrow, you will be judged by the mark that you leave on this world. The education that you've received here has truly prepared you for the workplace and has positioned you for success in life. Some of you have already proven that you're destined for greatness. Some will become great teachers, mentors, those who mold the next generation of leaders. Others will become doctors, nurses, or other highly skilled health practitioners. Some will become great business leaders, scientists, judges, military, or other type of political leaders. In fact, some of you have already proven that you're accomplished leaders, and at least one of you may even become, or more, may even become the President of the United States of America. The choice is yours, and you can do it. We all know that education is a lifelong journey. It doesn't end here today. You've all heard that the sky's the limit, and you can do anything you want. And that's true, but it sometimes takes more than just a graduate degree. The reality is that life after college can and will be difficult. Where you live, the quality of life you enjoy, is sometimes determined by who offers you that first real opportunity. But you've prepared yourself, and you're well equipped. So don't sell yourself short, and don't be afraid to venture out. Just remember that you are prepared, and trust your own judgments. And remember, too, that life is all about choices, and living life to its fullest should be invigorating, should be fun. We all know that the choices we make today will influence what we do tomorrow. The decisions we make today will help determine what you become and the quality of life that you and your family will enjoy. Humble beginnings, humble beginnings is not a reason not to do well in the future. It can serve as a motivator to do great things and build a brighter future. Some of you have already made plans for the future, and some haven't really decided what direction you want to go. For those of you who have a strong desire for continued growth and learning, I hope that your plans include continuing your education. I know that postgraduate school doesn't fit, doesn't fit for many people, but at least consider the options. Just remember, don't limit yourself. There are many, many professional opportunities available today, and it's important that you carefully consider the advantages that they offer. For you native students, or rather graduates, remember your cultural background. Never forget who you are, where you come from. Not only are your family and your friends proud of you, your tribe, or as we in the Chickasaws, we refer to them as our extended family, they're also proud of you. You represent an accomplishment that we greatly respect in Indian country. Some of you may be first-generation college graduates. Many of your elders and ancestors were not even able to attend college, not because they were not capable, but because the opportunity simply was not there. They were not allowed to. They're proud of you, and they're counting on you to continue your journey. There may be opportunities available to you in tribal governments or other types of service to your tribe, to your people. Please consider that as you chart your path forward. Choosing the right direction can and will be difficult. When you're faced with a major decision, seek God and be positive in all that you do. As you ponder your future, consider the options that would not have been available to you 2 generations ago, or sometimes even 1 generation ago. Seek advice from those who have gone on before you and are willing to help you make informed decisions. There are going to be many challenges in life. Choosing a profession, finding the right mate, or simply discovering your passion after entering the workforce. Because of your hard work, your perseverance, and dedication, you are here today. And because of the sacrifices and support of your family and the commitment of the many teachers and mentors, I know that you are fully prepared and ready for what lies ahead. I read a passage recently that reads, "Do not resist or run from the challenges or difficulties in your life. These problems are not random mistakes. They are hand-tailored blessings designed for your benefit and growth. Embrace all the circumstances that God allows to occur in your life and trust God to bring out the good in them." End quote. Whatever challenges and problems lie ahead, view them as opportunities to excel. Success doesn't just happen, it's caused by hard work and perseverance, and the willingness to do whatever is necessary to find the resources and support to finish the job. It begins with an idea or vision, of how to make something better. That vision transcends trials and challenges. Vision without action is often only a daydream. You have the tools, you're prepared, and I challenge you to go and make the world a better place. I want to close with a message entitled Three Things. Three things that once gone never come back: time, words, and opportunity. Three things that one should always have: hope, peace, and honesty. Three things that are most valuable: love, friendship, and self-confidence. Three things that are never certain: success, dreams, and fortune. Three things that make a good person: sincerity, hard work, and compassion. Finally, three things that can destroy a person: pride, greed, and anger. Three things that can save a person: God, faith, and hope. Today, graduates, you are poised for success. Because of what you've accomplished, you are prepared to make a positive mark in the world, and I challenge you to do just that. Live life as though there's no tomorrow, and love your fellow man. Thank you for giving me the honor and privilege of speaking to you today. Congratulations. May God richly bless you.
Thank you, Jefferson, for being here on this important day, and Carol, in the life of our graduates, and for your strong advocacy on behalf of American Indians and for education in general. Graduates, you just heard a lot of wisdom. I hope some of that you distill take with you in your journey ahead. Lieutenant Governor, we are honored and humbled by your presence here today and by your friendship. Again, graduates, this is what it means to live a life of service, a life of significance, and a life of impact. You've seen it embodied here tonight. Lieutenant Governor, you've made an impact here today, and I hope you graduates, again, you carry with you those words as you embark on your next chapter. Okay, guys, are you ready? No, let's not. Okay. So I now invite Mr. Don Metzger, Chairman of the University of North Carolina at Pembroke Board of Trustees, to the podium.
It is with great pleasure and immense pride that I congratulate the class of 2019 on behalf of the UNC Pembroke Board of Trustees. I join the alumni, friends, and families, and especially the parents, for our graduates in celebrating their success of earning their degrees. Speaking for the Board of Trustees of this university and acting under the delegation of powers of the Board of Governors of the University of North Carolina system, I authorize you, Chancellor Robin Gary Cummings, to confer the appropriate degrees upon the graduates approved by these faculties. Congratulations once again. The university's provost, Dr. David Ward, will now present the candidates for degrees.
This is good. This is the good part. Chancellor Cummings, I call upon the Dean of the Graduate School, Dr. Irene Aiken, to present to you the candidates for degrees upon completion of all requirements of their degree programs as prescribed by the faculty, the Board of Trustees of the University of North Carolina at Pembroke, and the Board of Governors of the University of North Carolina.
I ask all candidates for graduate degrees from the graduate school to please stand and remain standing. Chancellor Cummings, the graduate school, the graduate program directors, graduate faculty, and I are pleased to present the candidates for the following graduate degrees: Master of Arts in Education, Master of Arts in Teaching, Master of Business Administration, Master of Public Administration, Master of Science in Nursing, Master of School Administration, and Master of Social Work.
Chancellor Cummings, all candidates for degrees are hereby presented.
Thank you, Provost Ward. I now ask all faculty to stand and to remain standing in support of these graduates and as confirmation of their meeting the rigorous standards set forth by this university. Faculty, please stand. I now ask all UNC Pembroke alumni, all alumni who are present today on the platform or in the audience, would you please stand and remain standing as witnesses to the conferral of these degrees and the acceptance of these students into the ranks of loyal alumni. Alumni, please stand. Upon the recommendation of the faculty, by the authority vested in me by the University of North Carolina Board of Governors and the University of North Carolina at Pembroke Board of Trustees, and upon their completion of all requirements, I will now confer upon these candidates the degree for which they have satisfied requirements with all of its rights, honors, and responsibilities. Please join me in applauding these students. Thank you. You may be seated. Dr. Jonathan Drehos, Associate Professor in the Department of English, Theater, and Foreign Languages and the Director of the Theater Program, will announce the names of those candidates who are present today.
Since individual graduates are recognized by calling their names as they walk across the stage, we ask the entire audience to be respectful of the graduates and their families. We also ask that you remain seated and stay for the entire ceremony. An additional garment, a hood, as well as a robe that is wider at the sleeves than the baccalaureate gown, recognizes graduates who have attained their master's degrees. Dr. Irene Aiken, Dean of the Graduate School, has the honor of hooding these students on stage. Will the candidates for master's degrees please step forward as their names are called? Health and Physical Education, William Herbert Dixon III. Mendez L. Foy. Ashlyn K. Jones. Science Education, Allison Sable Rockenbach. Master of Arts in Education, Clinical Mental Health Counseling, Belinda Michelle Adams. Emily Victoria Blanton. Tabitha Denise Bonilla. Mary Elisa Bullock. Daryl Demetrius Ford. Lashana Lynn Hunt. Kristen Starr Locklear. Gregory Maurice Logan. Francesca Smith. Rebecca Grace Taylor. Reading Education, Margaret Zaire Kish Gardner. Herenthia Gilchrist. School Counseling, Amy Elizabeth Cox. Lysandra Dyer. Jessica Winnette Robinson. Candace Chartrette Stubbs. India Zanetta Sweet. Shakara Alexandria Taylor. Master of Arts in Teaching, Elementary Education Specialization, Courtney Michelle Hayes. Mathematics Education, Karen Denise Graves. Constance Keener. Middle Grade Education, Eugene Mitchell Smith III. Science Education, Kelsey Danielle Whalen. Social Studies Education, Raquel Lauren Cole. Andrew Patrick Rice. Master of Business Administration, Dan Bagachwa. Kyle R. Chavis. Jessica Grimm DiPolito. Jamie Hunt Freeman. Deshawn Frink. Jennifer Ann Graves. Taylor Suzanne Hardin. Michael Shane Lineberry. Chastity Willeen McCrae. Simon Miguel Romero. Katie Marie Morgan. Engel Johanna Revels. Pop Demba. Stoon Chun Chu. James Arlington Upchurch. Sarah Ashlyn Wilson. Master of Public Administration, Andrew Jordan Brayboy. Kevin Aaron Fox. Tina A. Frazier. Brian Keith Knotts, Jr. Natalie Lynette McKinney. Melissa Elizabeth Rocket. Master of School Administration, Chad Alvin Brewer. Ketty LaCheryl Clark. Lonnie Ray Cox. Caitlin Nicole Elvis. Janice Letitia Flood Rucker. Jessica Johnson Marks. Melanie Caps Myrtle. Vanessa Lennon Williams. Master of Science in Nursing, Natalie Kane Gore. Dina Ann Pierce. Candace Tart Phillips. Allison Hester Strickland. Master of Social Work, Stephanie Adams. Morgan Lanice Atkinson. Montana Nicole Baxter. Christian Elaine Baheeler. Sierra Lachey Bond. LaShonda Patrice Bostick. Lacey Catherine Bullard. Selena Colleen Sedillo. Leslie Leanne Chavis. Sarah Courtney Colclough. Kenyatta Lovely Cooper. Deandrea Ariana Crockwell. Ainisha Rashawn Goods. Emily Little Graham. Samantha Nicole Holland. Natasha Gordon Hughes. Leanne Honeycutt. Chelsea Lowry Jones. Don Del Rey Jones. Shanta Janae Tori Jones. Gary Kelly Jr. Angela Renee Locklear. Hillary Dawn Locklear. Tanya Marie Locklear. Troy Lee Love Jr. David Lowry. Tia Raven Lowry. Mary Clara Pearl McAllister. Denise Annette McCrae. Matthew Telefero Miles. Dory Beth Oxendine. Joshua Adams Peel. James Anthony Quick. Alejandra Reyes Garcia. Jordan Taylor Rourke. April Faye Seabrooks. Frederick Scott Simmons. Jesse Smith Jr. Dylan Christopher Stocks. Stacy Marie Stringfeld Williams. Josephina Nicole Tate. Caitlin Alexandra Thomas. Paula Brooke Travers. Erica Tatiana Unique Tyler. Sarah Lynn Woolley. Tamika Yu Shao. Chancellor Cummings. All candidates for degrees have now been presented.
Graduates, I must admit that shaking your hand on this stage and seeing the look of accomplishment in your eyes is one of my favorite parts of this job. I wouldn't trade it for anything. I'll indulge myself again by congratulating all of you together as members of this University of North Carolina at Pembroke's graduating class of 2019. Let's all applaud our newest graduates once more. Now, graduates, over the last few minutes, something very mysterious happened. You officially became alumni of UNC Pembroke. All right, alumni. And so I am pleased to invite your representative, Alumni Association President Caleb Malcolm, to the podium.
I hereby sprinkle dust. Good evening, Class 2019. Let me join the long list of folks that are saying congratulations to you for graduating from UNCP for the first or maybe second time. I have 3 nuggets for you today. First, your degree is not a degree of intelligence. Those without them are no less intelligent. They are just less schooled. So your degree is not a finish, it is only an accelerant. On behalf of everybody around you, get on with it. Second, and I like this quote, human beings are works in progress that mistakenly think they're finished. Dan Gilbert said that. So remember that you are not finished, and neither are the ones around you. So make them better, and let them make you better. Third, square hat events like this, you can tell I'm not a UNCP employee. Square hat events like this are only milestones of dedication. Now your challenge is application. So get after it. Go out there, be bold, hold nothing back, listen, follow, and lead. But do me a favor, come back, reach back, and be a part of this community, this institution, and the students you leave behind. Keep the Alumni Relations Office updated with your contact information. And on behalf of everybody that stood up, please update your information. I'd be glad to shake your hand, take your business card. Most importantly, be proud to represent the University of North Carolina at Pembroke. We are everywhere. Wear it on your sleeve. Promote the brand and serve as a beacon to the students that are still here. You can get there from here, and we are everywhere. On behalf of the many alumni, let me once again, congratulate you, welcome you to the UNCP Association, Alumni Association, and I'm going to ask you in concert, say it with me. 1, 2, 3, go Braves!
Caleb, thank you. And thank you to everyone who had a part in making this commencement a special time for our graduates. And to those who set up the stage, our marshals, ushers, those who have our grounds outside looking great despite the rain this afternoon, to our orchestra, to everyone involved, I want to thank you for making this commencement for these graduates a special night. Would you please, let's give those folks a hand. Now, at the conclusion of this ceremony, we invite all of our graduates, their families, friends, and our faculty to a reception over in the University Center Annex. I encourage everyone to please join us as we continue to celebrate this great accomplishment, this high water mark, no pun intended, in the lives of our newest Brave Nation alumni. But before we dismiss, allow me to offer just a few parting words to our graduates. Graduates, I want to speak to you tonight about two words: destiny and decisions. When destiny collides with your decisions. In the days and months ahead, you will each face important choices, important decisions about your life, and these decisions, these choices will shape your lives in significant ways. Which job should I pursue? How am I going to succeed in the job I'm starting? Do I continue my education at the next level, and will I be successful at that level? Where should I live? Importantly, what does success look like for me? What does success look like for me? Yet, regardless of your goals or aspirations, you take this next important step from the same starting point, from UNC Pembroke with your diploma in hand. Graduates, listen to me. From this day forward, the road beyond UNCP will be defined by you. The road forward after this night beyond UNCP will be defined by you and nobody else. You see, life is a series of decisions, a series of choices, and honestly, the older we get, the more impactful those decisions. And it's what you decide to do next that will further shape your destiny. I recently rewatched Forrest Gump, a classic film and a personal favorite. I'm guessing most of you have seen it at least once. If you haven't, I'm sure you recognize the film's most famous lines, "Run, Forrest, run." And life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Regardless of where life led him, and it does take Forrest to some rather incredible places, Forrest shows the impact when destiny collides with our decisions. And while much of Forrest's life is shaped by circumstances beyond his control, ultimately it's his decisions, his choices, that go on to shape his destiny. Now, throughout the movie, we watch a single white feather float aimlessly through the sky. In a touching moment, and certainly the classic scene of the movie and a classic scene for all time, as the film draws to a close, Forrest is under a massive elm tree where he's talking to the grave of his beloved Jenny, who recently passed away. It's in that moment that Forrest tearfully reflects on destiny and decisions and the advice from his mama and from Lieutenant Dan. Jenny, he says, I don't know if we each have a destiny or if we're all just floating around accidental-like on a breeze. But I think maybe it's both. Maybe both is happening at the same time. Maybe both is happening at the same time. Your path ahead will likely take you through some rather interesting and unexpected twists and turns, I can assure you, and maybe even incredible places, much like Forrest. And along that journey, you will have opportunities to define yourself. And like the breeze floating the feather through the sky, things will happen. And some may be beyond your control and unexpected. Listen to me, have no doubt. Your destiny lies in how you decide to meet those moments. When the breeze changes, how will you respond? In those times are the choices, the decisions that you will make that drive you forward toward reaching your full potential. Each of you is writing your life story, one with a unique beginning that led you here to that chair today, and one with a unique ending, now determined by you, that will lead you from here today. Graduates, don't ever let anyone convince you that you are a victim of circumstances. Present circumstances don't determine where you go, they merely determine where you start. What does success look like for you? And what are the decisions that you need to make to get you from here to there? And as you grow and mature in life, perhaps a family with responsibilities, a job with a leadership role, you get involved in the world around you, your questions and your decisions and choices will indeed take on a new perspective. The two most important days in a person's life, you heard me say many times, the day you were born and the day you discover why you were born. Who do people say I am? What is my purpose in life? What is my why? And so we go from asking what does success look like for me to what does significance look like for me. And we come to realize that fulfillment comes from a life well lived, a life with purpose. Those who were seen dancing were thought to be quite insane by those who could not hear the music. Forrest Gump was about a person who didn't let others' beliefs and perceptions limit his response, his decision, his dancing to the changing breeze. So graduates, I leave you with a challenge. Dance to your own music. Create your own path. Work hard and know that you determine your destiny. Don't listen to those who would limit you. And when that breeze changes, believe in yourself and in your dreams. Define what success looks like for you, but also what does significance look like? What does a life of purpose look like? Find your why in life. Class of 2019, it has been my and Rebecca's honor to serve as your chancellor and your first lady. Always, always know that your roots are here at this university. Wherever you go, you're now marked by UNC Pembroke. Whatever choices you make, know you always have a home here, and always remember you can get there from here, but destiny and decisions. You know, I think maybe both is happening at the same time. Dance to your own music, let others sit and wonder why. Black and gold float on forever, and go Braves! So before we leave, I want to help you recognize some important guests, and for some of you, these are the most important people in your world, the ones who helped you to get to this moment. As I recognize you, I would ask you to stand, and please remain standing. I would ask the parents or guardians of our graduates to please stand and remain standing. I would ask the spouses and children of our graduates to stand and please remain standing. I would ask the grandparents and other family members of our graduates to stand and please remain standing. And those of you who are special friends to these graduates, you stand and please remain standing. That should pretty much get everyone. So graduates, while these people are standing, it is my pleasure to now invite you to rise and show your appreciation, your love, your support, your thankfulness for their investment in your future. Graduates, please rise. Now everyone, please, faculty, I would ask you to stand. Everyone, I would ask you to stand, and please remain standing as we sing the alma mater, should be found in your program, as sung by Kia Dunn and of the Pembroke Singers.
Where Carolina's lofty pine trees pierce the southern blue, proudly stands our alma mater, courageous, strong, and true. Black and gold float on forever, symbol of loyalty. Pembroke, our alma mater, hail to UNCP.
1, 2, 3, go Braves. 1, 2, 3.
Go Braves!
1, 2, 3.
Go Braves!
1, 2, 3.
Go Braves!
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. Thank you. Beautiful job. So I ask everyone to please remain standing during the recessional as we honor our graduates one last time. Please wait until the graduates have recessed before proceeding next door to the reception. Thank you for being here tonight on this special occasion.